All righty, here we go. Welcome everybody to another edition of Speedway Stories with your boys Wally and Johnny Bongs here. Tonight we got another guest on the show. Um, we got Mr. Jason Carter and Kelly Carter up on the show tonight. Let's bring them in so they can introduce themselves. Welcome guys to the show. Thank you once again, like I said, for coming up, man. It's awesome to have the hot rod community and anybody in motorsports come up on the show. Welcome to Speedway Stories and the Nonsensical Network, guys.
Hey, how you doing? Thanks for having us on, buddy.
Hey, I appreciate you guys coming up. I'm gonna go ahead. You guys introduce yourselves. Tell us a little about yourselves, and then we'll get into questions. And like I said, we'll start talking motorsports. The floor is your guys'. Let's go right ahead.
I'm Jason Carter, and just a good old boy that loves hot rods, and I grew up around it my whole life. My dad drag raced and street raced, and he actually got thrown in jail for it once. um, just I drive dump truck to help finance all this nonsense we do, and just to us, it's just good family fun. You know what I mean?
Oh
Um,
yeah, man. It's nice to have the family involved. When you got a family involved, it
right.
makes you kind of feel unstoppable. Like when I was talking with Zach and Katie when they were on and stuff. So
Right. Well, I said, just to us, man, it's just we like to help out our close friends too. I mean, which we don't have a whole lot of. We keep our circle kind of small. Um, but the friends we do have, we try to help out, like Corey and Amber, and Zach needs something. But my job's open. Just about anybody is a decent person. You
it's
know what I
getting
mean?
harder and harder. It's getting harder and harder to find what core people like I associate myself with, you guys associate yourself with. It's getting very scarce nowadays to find that small little group that we have that we can still consider friends and we can not be in the room and they're going to defend us while we're not there and it's getting to be a scarce thing anymore.
Right, right. Um, well, right now I got the big block 68 Nova. I mean, a lot of people have seen it. I mean, it's just an old school pro street car. Like I said, it's not crazy elaborate. Um, Corey likes to say that I'm a high roller and stuff like that, but yeah, yeah,
We
call me million. I'm sorry. He likes to call me the millionaire and stuff like that, but
Well, we all know
I
how
know,
Corey is with the bullshitting and picking on everybody. It's just Corey. That's just Corey for you.
right. Well, like I said, I mean, I got a big block 68 Nova, so big tire pro street car. It's 505 cubic inch. Um, of course, aftermarket block, road axe heads, Berlin block. Um, we went through a spell for 4 years, 5 years. I went through
Speak
about three. I went through about three motors in 3 years.
speak of the devil. He said,
Yeah, I
"Whatever,
mean, and
losers." Corey did.
it got expensive, man. Yeah,
Hell yeah.
Oh
yeah.
yeah, but I mean anymore. I mean it's awesome though to see. It's awesome to see the American muscle still going strong and everything else.
Well, I was trying to build the motor with what I had. You know, I mean, I was trying to use a stock block. I saved up money and bought the big head. I bought the big KM, and yeah, I mean, I had all the machine work done, and went to three different machine shops, and you know, I mean, we had a lot of trouble for about 3 years, and I went through several motors, and yeah, I finally told her, I said, look, I'm sick and tired of throwing money, you know, and not even getting a month out of this damn motor and it come apart. You know what I mean? And I said, I want to build a good motor. I want to build a nice motor. And I finally broke down and did that. I built a nice transmission, and it cost me a fortune. And the Nova originally come from my dad. My dad passed away from stage 4 cancer in 2015. And the car sat for a year. It was hard for me to look at. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I get it, man. I understand totally.
For sure.
Yeah, I got a 65 SS Nova that I was just starting to build when my dad passed away. And I told my wife, I said, you know, I can't let the car sit and rot away. I can't do that. And so we decided to build the car originally in honor of my dad. That's why it says on the in loving memory of Jerry Carter on the back of it.
Okay, I was wondering. If what family member that was when I seen pictures and stuff, and then
Right.
the videos from Six Smokies when you guys went with Corey and stuff, took it down there. I was wondering what family member that was, but I wasn't. I'm one of those ones. I'm not gonna pry unless somebody wants to talk about it. That's one of my things. That's kind of a pet peeve of mine. If they want me to know, they'll say something. I'm not gonna pry into the middle of it. So.
Well, like I said, originally we built it, and Dad always dreamed of, you know, having a big block blower. And, you know, I got a little carried away. Yeah, that was my fault. You know, I bought the big ass 871 blower from Don Hampton out in California and had him custom build the blower to match my motor that I was putting together. And when you build a 11 to 1 big block with a 20% overdriven 871, it makes a shit ton of power, but it's not friendly on the street at all.
It don't like the street life as much as you wanted it to like the street life.
Right, right. Well, it was constantly running hot. I mean, I even had two 1050 E85 carburetors on it, and god damn, it just wasn't happy with life, man. I mean, I was
Really? How hot did
constant.
it end up getting on you with the way you had it set up? Well, I mean,
What's
was
that?
it to the how hot did it end up getting on you when it
Oh,
was
I
set
was,
up that way?
buddy, I was constantly shutting it down at 220, 230 degrees.
Oh,
Damn.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I mean, I was constantly, I had electric water pump, the biggest one you can get a hold of, electric fans, and I would pull over, let the pump and the fans and water pump run. I could cool the car down in about 6 minutes. You know what I mean? But I just couldn't keep it cool. You know what I
That
mean? And
sucks, man. That sucks that it didn't work out that way. For that issues.
And it got
Oh,
to
and
the point
another.
where it wasn't fun anymore because we had to keep stopping.
yeah.
It's
Yeah,
almost
you
like
know,
being at a drag strip, sitting there waiting in staging lanes with 900 oil downs, and then sorry folks, take your cars back to the trailer. We're not finishing
right.
the time trials tonight.
That was actually that was my fault. You know, I mean, I built a full pledge. You know, when we started building this thing, you know, I mean, I built a full pledge drag motor, and you know, I mean, and
Corey's
running on
being comical in the comments here. Sorry, that's why I was laughing. He's asking what color underwear is Jason wearing. And he said, Kelly, you need to smile a little more.
I'm sorry. My RBS is really bad. And I promise he tells me to smile all the time, and I don't. It's just my face. I promise.
Yeah. Now that I pulled the blower off, I mean, I think we're going to change a few things up this year. We're going to run it on motor. I mean, it's still 11-1 big block with a big rowdy, solid roller cam in it. So it's not a slouch anyways. Just on motor, it does very, very well. I mean, so I think this year we're gonna throw it on fuel injection, direct port injected, and we're gonna put a 4L80 in it and drop the rear end gear back down. So we can actually enjoy the car, still race the car, play with the car, still enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? But still cruise it too.
Good. That's good. That's awesome. Well, and it's like what we've seen and talking on Corey's Shop Talk there on Tuesday nights. I mean, it's becoming a thing with all of us. It's getting to the point, getting tired of going to the races, maybe getting in 2 or 3 laps and you're done. With what's going on now with these drag and drive events, or just jumping in like he did he set up that Hocking Hills thing. Jump in your cars, meet up with a bunch of buddies, like the old days, like me and Zach were talking about the cruising on the square in Mount Vernon and stuff. Meet up on a Friday or Saturday and just go cruise the countryside. You're not going to do that with a race car.
Well, what we like to do, like that Hocking Hills trip, that was really nice for us because, she was able to drive her car. My daughter was able to pull her truck out and drive it. You know what I mean? I was able to run the Nova.
Should introduce her.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, guys. This is my daughter, Haley, back here in the back.
Haley. Welcome to the show with your mom and dad.
Well, she has, I'll let her tell you, actually.
1977 GMC C10.
Nice.
Yep. She's got we redone it from the ground up more or less, and we got a lot of time. We got was it 18 months?
I bought it junior year of high school. We just finished it last summer.
Yes, I think we took us 18 or 19 months, just under 2 years to totally build the truck from the ground up.
That is freaking awesome. Corey, besides this, I'm going to read it. Corey said, between you guys, him and Amber and Zach and Katie, you guys can put on your own cruises. No. And then he comments on here, he goes, holy shit, she does talk. So Corey's giving Haley shit.
Yeah. He's always giving Haley shit about not talking and being quiet.
Uh-oh, we got to behave. The famous YouTube man, Jimbo's in the chat now.
Oh, my God. Jimbo Finchner. You know what? I don't know. I'll shoot you straight. I don't know Jimbo, like on a personal level. I mean, I talked to him a few times back when he was put on those races in Marion.
Oh, yeah. That's when I got to know him, was back in that day, man. Katie and Zach said hi, and Katie said her truck is gorgeous, so they're all in the chat too. Just to give you guys a heads up, the crew's here. So
all right. Well, I don't personally know Jim. I know of him. I've chatted with him a little bit when he was racing at Marion, but I didn't actually know him, so I didn't really chat with him a whole lot. I know him through Facebook and Corey's posts and stuff like that. I mean, I've never personally sat down, and chat with him. He seemed like a pretty good guy.
Honestly, with Jimbo, you guys can tolerate Corey's joking and nitpicking and bullshitting. Yes, Corey, I'm calling you out on it. It's Corey types too, is basically what it is. That's pretty much what it is.
Well, yeah. I've noticed Jimbo's pull a lot of shit.
But I'll tell you what, though, like I said, you guys are a great group of people that just, me meeting you guys through Corey and everything else, just talking on Facebook and stuff alone. Now to get actually yes, it's over a computer, but eventually we'll all get together and I'll pull my head out of my ass, Corey, where I can meet everybody in person besides
Well,
being
well,
on the show.
well, I wasn't joking, man, when I said, my shop's open to everybody, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, anytime we don't, you made a comment last time on Zach and Katie's live that, well, it gets warm and we'll do this, we'll do that. That's what I said.
Yep,
Piss
I
on right
seen when
before.
you guys. Well, and that's like I've been meaning to get over to Corey's shop and shit, and I just with things going on that I've had going on here recently and over the
Right.
last year at my house with some personal things and getting the time to go. Plus, I got two daughters that are in school doing high school sports and stuff, so trying to work around that as
Yeah,
well. But
we get
I
it.
want to make time. I want to make time hanging back out with Corey and stuff again, like we used to do when we worked together at Donley. We'd get
Bro,
together and hang out and shit. So
for sure. Like I said, I mean, you can ask Corey and Zach both. I mean, I invite them over and we make big ass pots of chili and cornbread, or I fire the smoker up and we'll smoke a bunch of pork tenderloin or something.
oh
Just
yeah,
just for the hot rodders to get together and then hang out. Because to me that means a lot. I mean, it ain't so much that you know, I'm really doing anything for anybody. It's just the fact that I enjoy having everybody over and just to sit down and eat a meal and cut up and nobody have to worry about, spending a bunch of money or to go here or go there. Just, especially this time of year. It's hard because,
right.
everybody starts missing their cars. Everybody starts missing getting out and running their cars and stuff. I think it's nice just to get with everybody and just sit down and shoot the shit. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Corey on all capital letters. Cookout at Jason's.
Oh, yeah.
And
But
ask
yeah,
him how
man, it
many
would
we
be.
and
The
ask
only
Corey how
downfall
many
is
we ask him how many we've had. I mean, we have a bunch of them, dude. Yeah, I
yeah, he's
love
been.
getting.
I've seen where he's talked about you guys. Especially any time or even just going to hang out, get a chance where you guys get a Saturday, go out and catch some local music like he was talking about, or just hanging
Yeah,
out. Period. It's freaking. Yeah, Corey just said a bunch, and it'd be nice. The only downfall is I'd have to go to New York and get Johnny to bring him so everybody he can meet in the crowd because he's actually from the New York area. Um,
Yes, sir.
he's I've become good friends with him over the last year and a half through the network on that we do on Saturday nights. We have like an open panel deal. Come in, shoot the shit, just bullshit with everybody. And fortunately, me and him's become good friends through that. And then now he's my co-host on my shows with
Happy to
me.
be.
So,
no,
and
nothing wrong
that's
with
the
that,
thing.
man.
Nope.
I've learned a lot over here. Learned a lot in
But
good people.
I mean, I just think it's good for the hot rodders to get together, man. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
of course.
honestly, it's nice because like Kate got Katie. Yeah, I mean, she's now she's getting into it. Amber's been into it.
yep.
Amber and and Kelly used to do the horsepower honeys events together.
Yep, I
You know
remember.
what I mean?
Yep, that's actually where I originally met you guys with a couple of times out at Pacemakers. You guys were there, come up and said hi to you guys when they had the horsepower honeys going
Yeah.
on. That's where I
Well,
originally remember.
that
So
was one of the most costly mistakes I've made.
The horsepower, honey.
Is telling her, oh yeah, get in that horsepower honeys, honey. You'll have a ball. Well, that turned into a freaking whole nother deal right there. She ended up loving it. And now she just wants to go faster.
Yeah, well, yeah.
God, it sounds like we're all screwed by our wives. The only downfall is we got our kids involved in this stuff too, so it only
Yeah.
gets deeper.
Yeah.
But
She
no,
has yet
it's
to get on track for the first time, but
Yes.
maybe this summer will be it.
Yeah, we tried talking to her last summer to running her truck.
Right on.
well, I mean,
Yeah.
just for her getting involved on just being involved in the hot rod side is a win. I look at it in my eyes.
Indeed.
My oldest son and my second oldest daughter, especially my second oldest, she's a fucking gearhead bigger than shit. She's like my right hand person. So,
Oh, yeah.
and then my wife, of course, she's into the motorsports side, and it's like, okay, guys, there's all the, we got to make this happy medium kind of
Yeah.
work out for all of us.
Yeah, exactly. You got three of you in it, but your wallet's this thin, but it needs to be this thick.
Oh, yeah, hell, it needs to fill the house. Forget the being
Yes.
big.
Yeah.
It
Me
just needs
too.
the house full of it. But still, it's enjoyable when we can include, our loved ones, let alone our friends. It's freaking
Well, it
amazing
is.
to see that shit.
Of course, man.
Well, and
Totally.
honestly, what we've learned is, I mean, I make jokes all the time. It's like she don't give me shit about buying car parts because when the parts show up, she don't know if they're mine or they're hers.
Better be careful.
Hell yeah.
She may end up just taking them for herself and be done.
Well, we've done plenty of that. I promise you. She's got I wouldn't say a fast GTO, but she's got a nice GTO that is very respectful. It's a 7.0 car. With factory air, factory heat, and she runs that thing all over Hell's Creation. She drives it to work in the summertime. She has a ball with it, and it's a 7.0, full body, full interior. It's naturally aspirated. Got a little stroker motor in it, but she loves that car, and that's what we started racing. Well, I'll take that back.
We started racing with the Camaro
Yes.
when it was as
Nice.
slow as molasses.
Yeah, the Camaro wouldn't get out of its own way when she
Yeah.
started racing. Had a factory 305 in it. So,
Oh, a
if
derby
anybody-
car motor. Oh.
well, yeah. Well, I tell you what,
Hell,
yeah, I tell you what, dude. Anybody that knows these 90s Camaros, like 92, like her,
Yep.
knows that it came with like a 270 something gear in it and had a 305 in it with a 700 R4. And anybody that knows them knows they won't get out of their own freaking way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the truth.
There's numerous videos out there of me up next to Erica Green, and it looks like I'm sitting still. I'm not even going anywhere. And
Yeah.
she's gone. She's at the end of the
Well,
track.
and the thing with Erica, the thing of it is, I love Jeff and Erica to death, but when
Yep.
you had got the shop backing you and it's a tax write-off, it makes it a little harder for us people to
True
kind
story.
of hang with those guys, kind
Well,
of hang
We're,
with them and
we're
stuff.
almost
So.
in that category, but
Well, I was getting ready to say, well, I can't really say a whole lot because my company does back these cars.
Well,
So-
I get it, but I'm just saying the way that
And
she had the access to more of the
yeah.
high horsepower end stuff,
Well, she
top of
she
the
had her
line
own
shit.
dyno. She had her own dyno. She had her own tuner. You know what I mean? So that right there in itself is a huge difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you have your own dyno in house and your own tuner in house and you have your own mechanics in house and stuff, I mean that makes a huge difference.
For sure.
Good
I mean, but you know what? I can't say nothing bad about them because Jeff and Erica, Erica, God bless her, took Kelly right in.
Yep.
Like she was her best friend, man, and showed her the horsepower honeys and got her interested in the cars and got her pumped up. I mean, Erica did a lot for
They
her.
did great. Well, she did a lot for a lot of people, not just
Right.
got people, brought them in. Like I said, they're great people, and what
Yeah.
she had planned to get the women involved in the kid, the daughters and stuff, the nieces, the shit like that to get involved, and now to see it kind of go away kind of sucks because it was kind of enjoyable. Everybody was out there as a family day. Is
Well,
the
and-
thing.
Well, like she said, she learned a lot from just racing with the girls.
Right. I learned, they didn't push me. I didn't feel like I was out of my place. I didn't feel like, I go out here at these no prep races and these guys are looking at me like, well, she doesn't belong here. And now I have to step up, but I really didn't know what the hell I was doing to begin with.
Right.
So she always made everybody feel welcome. And they
Yeah.
all did, like all the OG horsepower honeys. It was a great weekend when we went.
Yeah, it was.
Corey, to
man.
answer that question, it was Kelly that set the computer up. It wasn't Jason. I'll tell you that now. I'll tell on Jason now.
Hey, to be fair, for some reason, my email was not working, but I was trying.
Yeah, he
So,
was. I
yeah.
sent him like 4 different invites just to try to get it, make sure it wasn't on my end.
And my
Unfortunately,
email just
Kelly
was
was the
not
one.
working. My email was like, "Yep, I'm leaving the chat."
He's going by your view. Like, how did you pick your view of the garage? from
Yeah,
where you wanted to sit?
well, Corey's talking about that too, the way you got it set up, the view of
Yeah.
how you got everything angled around on the computer too.
Tell him the phone is sitting on the tool cart.
You heard it, Corey, right there. Jason said on the
The
tool
phone
cart.
is propped up on the tool cart, Corey.
Creativity, I respect it.
Zach's in here and says, "Don't feel bad, Jason. Katie set up ours too." So I mean,
Hey man, I tell you right now, I'm computer illiterate, and I can order parts like a mother. I can order parts like no other. But
you're
other
like
than
the rest
ordering
of
parts,
us.
other than
I don't
ordering
blame that
parts,
at all.
buddy,
Yeah.
yeah, other than ordering parts, I'm screwed, man.
Yeah, but yeah, the horsepower honeys was neat to see how many families when it was combined with the especially at pacemakers, they had you guys there and then seeing everybody. So
Well, and we got to give Corey prop because Corey tried to bring it back. Corey actually contacted Erica. If I vaguely remember,
yeah,
Corey contacted Erica, got the okay, to use the horsepower honey's name or whatever, and actually try to bring them all back together. And we went. You know what I mean? But yeah, you broke the car that night.
yep.
But
40. Corey said 44 of them, and that was 2 years ago. Yeah, I remember when he put that on and everything. You guys showed out for that night that day. But of
well,
course,
I just wish that more of the other girls took Corey as serious as they did Erica. You know what I'm saying? So I think they were kind of looking at it as it was a one-time thing, and that ain't what Corey was going for. Corey was actually going to keep it going. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think a bunch of them didn't realize that. You know what I mean? Because I enjoyed it because she was able to get in where she was comfortable. Then I screwed up and got her mixed up in the no prep. God, that was the dumbest thing I ever did. And she fell in love with the freaking no prep. Yeah. So she started running that 7.0 class and no prep. And it was funny because in the beginning, everybody looked at the car and was like, we ain't worried about her. Well, then when she treated the living shit out of them, and then she had them covered, yeah, all of a sudden it was like, what the hell? What's going on? Well, then it got to the point we couldn't even play the game no more because she'd go up there in the driver's meeting and be like, hey, I'm racing you, give me 2 lengths or whatever. And they're like, piss on you. We seen that car run.
Or you got somebody standing behind you going, don't let her talk you into that. I raced that car. It's better than it sounds.
Oh yeah. Well, and I mean that's the thing. That's
Nice.
the thing with it. I personally I kind of like the index stuff. I also like watching the heads up stuff. But it's getting to the point now. I got a buddy of mine, Dustin Hitting. He runs the 7.0 index, a lot of the no prep stuff. So, and I've had him here on the show. Yeah. So she's probably lined up against him a few times then doing that. But
good possibility.
But I've noticed here lately a lot of the classes, like this little gangster that Nitrous Express, Poland and Jimmy Dale are putting on.
Yeah,
it's going back to index racing, the 530 class. It's a 530 index class, is the way I look at it.
I think on that, a lot of people are realizing that 530 index. I think a lot of people are starting to realize that it takes a fast car to run 530s.
Oh,
yeah, I mean, it takes a lot of money and a lot of power to run that 530 class. And to get below into that 4-second range, people are realizing that it takes a badass chassis car with a shit ton of money thrown at it to run that fast.
Yep. Well, and that's doing the 10.0, the index classes. they need to do more of those because that gives everybody a chance to get, even if it's a beginner, it gives them a chance. Okay, you got a 13-second index class. First time racers. There's their freaking class for them to jump in if they want to get their feet wet at a style of
Right.
heads up racing. Just don't break out over the, break out of the 13-second zone or 14-second or whatever it is. But yeah,
Right.
it's starting to grow. I see it's starting to kind of come back around with the index stuff, but it's
Well,
just
the
a
no
money
prep is
pit, like you
big.
said.
It's just it comes out of money, man. And and the other thing is like me and Corey's talked. I mean, it got to the point where like when we was loading her GTO up to go racing, and it was like, dude, one night, by the time you pay the $200 entry or whatever it is, that night or whatever that at that no prep, time you pay that, pay for fuel, get in the car there and all that shit. One night, man, it's $500, $600.
Easy. Oh yeah,
You
easy.
know
Then
what I
you're
mean?
not
That's,
including if you didn't
yeah,
forget food or something like that or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
right.
That
And
adds up
like she said,
real quick.
that $600-700 is for one pass if you lose first round.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
When you can take
at least
that
now,
$600-700, you go cruising.
yeah, we can go cruising for a week for that.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Right. I get it. I
yeah,
mean, it's just sad. It's come down to like everything. If you don't got the deep pockets to enjoy what you want, other than what's going on in the community here with the cruising together, doing drag and drives. Yeah, if you're gonna
right.
be full time racing, you got to be a billionaire. You'll become a millionaire within a weekend. I mean, it's
It,
just
Oh, then
insane what they
it,
spend to
you got
race.
the people who
it,
don't care if they wreck their cars.
Yeah, yeah.
it,
You
That
got
Taking my car out because you want to bounce off the walls 3 times before you get to the finish line.
you got
that,
anything
that
to
was it.
say,
yeah,
Johnny?
I was just going to
that
say, in order to truly enjoy something, of course, as most of us know, it shouldn't feel like that.
right. It
Right.
should. And that was the other thing about it. I know this is going to sound cheesy from a husband standpoint. What I mean? But I was starting to notice that, like in the no prep, which I know cars get swirly. I mean, hell, her GTO's gotten swirly before. What I mean?
Huh.
But she lets out of it. What I mean? And from a husband standpoint, I'll worry about my wife when she goes on the damn racetrack.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
I don't care if it's a street race, a track race. I don't care what it is. Me being at the starting line, I try to watch the car. I try to watch everything going on, but I don't like when the competitor is so no holds barred that they'll put their car sideways and not let out of the goddamn thing.
Yeah.
What I mean? It's like, okay, now you're saying, okay, I don't care about your life. I don't care about your car. I don't give a shit about you as long as I beat you.
Yeah.
And that I don't like. What I mean? It's like, okay, I understand you want to win. Everybody wants to win, dude. That's racing. But at
Right,
the
but there's
same
no
time,
you don't need the Superman shit, man. You feel your car getting sideways, get the fuck out of it. I agree totally.
exactly.
I hate seeing that shit, man. I don't
I
care who
do
you
too.
are.
And
Yeah.
that's the only that was the big reason I pulled her out of the no prep, because I've seen so much of that going on that I said, man, I just don't want you hurt. What I mean? And the sad part is we're trying to finish building this Camaro. It's got a cage in it. What I
I,
mean? It's got a 6-point cage, and
I,
it's got a bunch of
I've seen the pictures and progress falling on Facebook, man. It's especially motors coming along nice.
yeah,
Uh,
motor trains is in it.
Haley, Zach's giving you shit. Says you need to settle down. You're getting wound up too much back there.
Oh, man.
Well, hey, I'm gonna go see a fish by a water bowl. I'm gonna let you guys talk to her for a minute.
Heck yeah. Bet hammer a monster he won't do a garage burnout. That
He
was
did
from
in
Corey.
my truck.
Well, you know what? If I wouldn't have blown the fuel line on the Nova, I would take that bet. But since the car is dumping fuel out of it, I will not take that bet at this time.
understandable.
No, as
But
Corey says,
I'll let her tell you about let her tell you about the Camaro that we're putting together.
alrighty.
Oh, yeah.
Fill us in, the boss lady.
Nope, not the boss lady. Half the time I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. So I just drive the
Yeah.
car. But yeah, I say I bought the Camaro. When did we buy it? 2016, I think. I found it over in Newark and just had to have it because it was my high school dream car. It's the one I wanted in high school.
Nice.
Yeah. So like you said, we started out with a little 305 motor on it. It was slow and shit and it didn't go anywhere. Now we're doing this whole LS1 with the Aces EFI thing on it, and we're hoping to get some power out of it.
Oh, yeah.
You got bit by the horsepower bug like everybody else that did. You wanted to, is what happened.
Yeah. Like I said, the
Oh, yeah.
GTO's got some horsepower, but I think this one's going to have a little more. He says that we're planning on what 600 horsepower to the
No,
ground.
well, a little over 6. The
Nice.
GTO, the GTO makes 560 to the ground on naturally aspirated, but the car's heavy. People don't realize how heavy that car is.
Yeah, true.
That car is a little over 3,800 pounds.
Damn.
Yeah, that GTO is heavy as hell, man. But
Yeah.
like I said, on E85, it made 560 to the ground, and it runs 7.0s. And then we switched over this setup. The car is a lot lighter too. People don't realize that the Camaro is actually only 3,100 pounds. So dropping 700 pounds in weight and adding an extra 100 horsepower to the tire. You know what I mean? Plus, nobody believes it, but the GTO is on a factory 308 rear gear.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, fair about that.
Nice.
And, yeah.
Let's see.
On
I want to give a
26
shout out because Corey brought up something. Haley and Kelly, shout out to you, and I want to shout it out too because my wife works in the healthcare field. Thank you guys. I appreciate for what all you do. I know it ain't an easy job, especially my wife works in a nursing home, so I know the ins and outs of that aspect of it. Anybody that works in the health field deserves a mad shout out. And Jason, I got another comment for you here. It's from Talon. It
Oh,
says, "Hey,
God.
look, Rich Boy Jason's on the big screen with a laughing
Here we
emoji."
Hell
Hey,
yeah.
to be fair, Talon's know it faster than mine.
And then Jimbo says, "My Fairmont is 3,800 pounds too. When I'm sitting in it in any way." Oh my God, Jimbo, leave it to you, man. But
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
it's that I mean that is something else, especially for that GTO to have basically the factory gears in it still is that's
Yeah.
pretty cool as hell to see.
Yeah, it's on a 26-inch tall tire too.
Took us 2 years to figure it out.
Yeah. Took 2 years of her racing that car to actually, because I ain't gonna lie, I came from, solid axle, leaf spring setup or coilover setup, 4-link, stuff like that. So I had never dealt with independent suspension. And I'll give a shout out right now to Sean Graham, man, because if it wasn't for him, I'd still be fighting that car. I had a total backwards thought process on the rear suspension of that car on how to get it to hook and stay planted on a no prep surface. And I'm so used to my old school stuff, I could make my Nova go down any damn road. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But her GTO was just fighting me to the bitter end. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? I could get the car to either 60 foot really good and blow the tires off at the 200, or I could get a 60 foot not worth a shit, and then it would go past the 200. I was like, what in the hell's going on? And Sean Graham, man, pulled me to the side at Pacemakers one night and I said, man, said that car's breaking loose about 300 foot. I said, yeah, I know. I can't figure it out. And he told me flat out, he said, man, you're thinking about it wrong. He said, we need to drive that tire in the ground. He said, go back, tighten your shocks up and put more air in the tire. I'm like, are you serious? He's like, I swear to God, it'll work. He said, just do a little bit bigger burnout. He said, you'll be fine. And we came back up next round because she won that round. We come back up next round, and lo and behold, man, I put like 5 clicks at each shock, and we ran the tires up to 18 pounds, and did that damn thing, went right down Broadway, fastest pass ever made. I was like,
Nice.
holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched the leaf spring cars race and stuff, but never. It's always been a Ford Link or a ladder bar setup or something like that I've been around, and the
Right.
coilovers and stuff like that. But see,
Right.
these guys with these leaf spring cars and gals, it's freaking insane the way they make those things stick.
Well, hers ain't leaf spring. Her GTO is actually coil spring independent suspension.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I was fighting.
definitely-
Yeah, but now my Nova is tubbed, but it's still leaf spring, buddy.
Is it? Hell yeah!
Yep.
Keeping
Oh,
it,
yeah.
keeping it, keeping it OG, keeping those
Yeah.
leaf springs under the back.
Yep. I got leaf springs with sliders. I just put the sliders on last year, matter of fact. Thanks to Sean Graham again, because him and I was talking about it, and he said, "Dude, put sliders on that thing, and you'll love it." And
Oh,
he
yeah.
wasn't lying, man. He wasn't lying. We put the new mono leaf springs on, and put the sliders on it, and readjusted the shocks, and it hooks up very well, man.
That's awesome. Talon said truck springs for the win.
Well, I don't have truck springs. I got monos, but no, but they work really good for me for what I do. I'm not running fast either. I mean, I'll shoot you straight. My big block, to be totally truthful, it probably makes 800 horse. I mean, that's on motor. You know what I mean? And that's probably max pushing it hard. You know what I mean? That's probably all it makes.
Put your face up there so you can see.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, so
Right.
nothing we own is what I would call super fast. Nothing. You know what I mean? But I tell you what, we have a whole lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing anymore is the fun.
Yeah.
Growing up, and I know. Oh, hold on, I got a shout out. Thanks for joining in on any of mine on Tuesday night. Need someone new to make fun of. Yes, check in on Tuesday nights. We Broke Garage. It will. We have Shop Talk with Corey on there. Check that out on Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock. So it's on Facebook and YouTube. But yeah, they racing anymore. Growing up and the way it's become, we're back to it again. It's become a money thing, and it's taken the fun out of trying to enjoy going to the racetrack anymore. In my opinion, I mean, I
Right.
love going every now and then and catching up with people I know that's still hot and heavy into racing, but
Yeah.
it's just got to the point it's not as fun.
Right.
It's like it's missing something.
Well, I tell you what, last year was the best time we've had, in my opinion, because we
It's the
would.
first time I've gotten you on a vacation of any kind in like 15 years.
Yes, but Delaware holds a cruise once a month too. Delaware Cruise Nights.
Yeah.
And we've been going to that a lot, you know, to cruise up and down Delaware Strip and all that stuff. And we actually had more fun, in my opinion, even though I was getting my ass handed to me out on the street by my fucking wife's GTO.
Sleeping at the light.
Well, I had the blower on the car, and she loved pulling. I had well, actually, the first time I had the slicks on it, and she loves pulling up next to me at the light because her car will just 60 foot right out of the hole from the light and go. And I got a feather mine when I had the blower on it. You know, I was making 1,200 horsepower. You know what I mean?
Right,
So
you're breaking the tires loose as soon as you smash that throttle, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh shit.
and it never failed, man. She pulled up next to me at the light, and I could hear her start building the car up on the foot brake. I'm like, oh shit, here we go. You know what I mean? The light would drop, and she would put about 2 car lengths on me while I was spinning. And as soon as I banged second, I'd let out and step back into it and slingshot by her. But it was like,
But the video just shows the part where I was winning.
Yeah.
So, you know,
of course, my friends are behind us in the car.
there's no proof that he ever went around.
So you're on the outside looking in on this one, Jason. Sorry,
Yeah,
bud.
yeah. My so-called friends would really help me out a lot with those videos. But you know what? We had a ball doing it though, you know, and that's what I started enjoying, you know, is to being out with her and being out with her in her truck, you know what I mean? And just it's like we went on that cruise for a Hockey Hill cruise. Dude, I was behind them. I didn't want to be in front of them because I was enjoying cruising my car with my daughter and my wife up in front of me. It was like as a family just cruising, you know what I mean? And having fun.
Yeah, it's like you hit in a way. It's the you hit the lottery with having that feeling
Yeah.
being in front of you like that, man.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to that with especially my older two and everything here. Hopefully this summer that we'll be able to do the same thing. And I mean,
It's great, man. It's
I mean,
great.
it's cool to see their reactions when we go to the racetrack, dirt track racing, or anything like that. Anything we involve racing, they're always smiling ear to ear. But to
Oh,
get
yeah.
them more involved now, like they want to be, it'll make me feel like I just hit that billion dollar Powerball once I see them with their own rides and stuff.
Well,
enjoying
you know,
themselves.
and that's something a lot of people may not understand. But like, you know, I used to do all the racing and she was always in the pits with me, you know what I'm saying? And it's nice to turn things around a little bit. You know what I mean? Instead of me being stressed all the time about, you know, I got to work on the car, I got to race the car, I got to do this, do that. You know what I mean? I actually started enjoying going to the racetrack with her as a driver and me just taking care of the car. You know what I mean? Because it was actually it's fun to watch her,
Panic.
you know, experience the rush of going down. You know what I mean? It's really fun for me to watch them get out there and smile and be happy. It's like I
Enjoy
can't wait.
like you did when you were doing everything, and now it's a whole
Right.
family affair instead of just
It's
basically
great,
focusing
man.
on ourselves. Now that we got somebody, kind of handing it down to, which is all, and it makes it even more exciting when your kids want to get involved. I
Well,
mean,
I can't.
the wife's a bonus, but it's an
Right.
extra bonus when you got at least one of your kids that wants to be a part of that hobby with you. It makes you feel
Right.
really good.
Well, primarily, I'd love to see sometime this summer. You know what I mean? Because I plan on turning her loose in the Camaro. You know, because the Camaro is going to probably run 620s, is what I'm guessing, 630s. You know, I mean, it ain't super fast by no means, but you know, it is supercharged LS. It's got a badass cam in it. It's got a nice set of AFR heads. She's got low enough gear. You know, what I mean, the Camaro will run. It'll run pretty good, and it's a lot lighter than the GTO. So it's gonna respond really well, I think. And it's got badass suspension all the way around it, all adjustable. I'd love to see Haley make a few hits in the GTO, and with Kelly making a few hits in the Camaro. You know what I mean? That
Right.
well, I think it'd be a good time because the GTO we have it down to a science, so it's not really a whole lot of work anymore.
So now you got a
Um,
new learning curve with the Camaro coming up, getting done. You guys get to put your brains together and learn
well,
together on that.
actually, the Camaro is still the solid axle with coilovers all the way around, so I can adjust that to what I'm used to.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? That's the Camaro is going to be more of what I'm used to, you know, on the Nova side of things. You know what I mean? So that car should actually work really. I mean, I'm not saying the first pass out it's going to work. I'm saying, but we should be able to get it figured out pretty darn fast.
Jimbo's got a good comment. It hit just like what you said. Says, I've never had more fun racing than pitting for Rachel and watching her turn on wind lights. It's a hard feeling to explain. It kind of sucks now. All her trophies in my man cave, and like one for me.
Hey,
And
brother,
then
don't don't feel bad, Jimbo, because I'm gonna tell you right now, I got an ass ton of trophies in my office in the shop here, and the biggest trophy in that shop belongs to her. And that's how much
Hell
as
yeah.
tall, almost as tall as I am.
It's taller than you. It's like 6 foot.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah.
biggest trophy in that in that office belongs to her. You know what I mean? So that and
Didn't
that
take it apart to get it home.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, so that he's right, man. That is the best feeling in the world, dude. Just sitting back and letting your wife or I can't wait to my daughter, you know what I mean, just make a pass. You know what I mean? Because it's like it's a different feeling, man. A lot of
That's-
guys
Yeah,
need
that's
to
like the
experience.
that's like the first time my son, my oldest, got to run his very first rough truck a couple years ago during the summer race at Croton. He's always talked about it, and me and my cousin threw together fucking a beater Colorado and said, "Here you go, here's your first time," and he's hooked. But my second oldest, she's 17 now, and she is biting at the bit. My project I got actually out back's actually for her this year. I'm building a Jeep Cherokee um, for her to race during the rough truck races, and then I got
Oh, yeah.
one. Then I got one. I'm going to street it. It's a 5-speed 4-liter. I'm going to leave it alone, not do nothing with it. I'm going to just pack the family in it and go cruising, and
Yep.
hopefully meet up with you guys some this summer
Oh,
for
yeah.
some of these cruises. And I'll just bring the 5-speed Jeep out just to have a good time. But yeah,
You
I'm
do, boy.
building her kind of a little overstock Grand Cherokee for the rough truck racing season. So we're all three, probably the three of us will take turns depending on who's feeling what that week of the race that we go to. But still,
Well,
it's neat.
I'm gonna tell you too one thing. You know, I when I got her into racing, I had one rule that to us when we went racing, I didn't give a shit about winning.
Yeah.
When I got her into it, the rule was win or lose, you come off the track smiling. I don't give a damn if we lose. I don't give a damn if we break the car. I don't care. You come off the track smiling. You know what I mean? Because no arguing, no yelling, no carrying on. Because when you come off the track pissed off because you lost, to me that makes you a sore loser, and you shouldn't be out there to start with.
Right. If you're only there for the winning aspect of it instead of
You ain't gonna have no fun.
It always
No.
went in with the
No.
aspect that you were absolutely not going to win this. And how many rounds did I win sometimes, you know, and I
Yeah.
won
right.
one.
But I mean,
one round.
it's nice when you do get those wins. But
Yeah.
it's just like you guys were talking. It's the pure
Perspective.
enjoyment that you were having, Kelly, of making those passes going down the track, or just driving your car in general down the track that you guys has worked so hard to get to where you could do that. And then the winning was just like the bonus on top of that.
Absolutely.
It's like, oh hell yeah,
And every time I would come back, he would teach me. He would teach me something else about what I did and how to fix it. And you know, just it would
and
work.
that's awesome. And I've seen firsthand, and I'm sure you guys have seen it, where you're you're like my wife was a sponge. She's willing to learn and take in what to make herself better, and that's at anything. But when it comes to the racing side, she's a sponge. My two oldest are sponges when into it. They don't get pissy. They get upset. Oh, we didn't do good, like you said. No, it don't matter. Did you
Yep.
have fun doing what you're doing? And they're
Yep.
like, yes. I said, that's all that matters to me, because you're
Damn
doing
right.
something you wanted to do.
That last race with the horsepower honeys, I forget what you told me. It was something about the light.
Oh, she was making sandwiches at the light.
I was. And so the way he described it to me this day after what, 2 or 3 years, I come back and I'm like, did you see that?
Yeah, well, I tried. I mean, it's hard from a racer's standpoint. It's hard to explain to somebody else how you think they should race. All right, so I tried a lot to let her do trial and error to figure herself out and figure the car out. You know what I mean? But finally, I looked at her on one race. I said, look, if you can't trust the car, you can't trust the mechanic working on the car, honey, we're done. So do me a favor, trust me, trust the car, and keep that bitch to the floor. And she's like, okay. She went out, kept to the floor, everything went fine. the call.
Like this.
She come back shaking her ass off, but
yeah.
it was funny because she's like, it worked. I'm like, it will work. We just got to work together to make this work, But and honestly, I had a pit crew there. You know what I mean? When Kelly was racing, I had Haley back here, man. Anytime we made shock adjustments, air pressure adjustments, I never had to do none of that. I could look at her and say, hey, this is what I need. She would get under there, just the shocks, just the air pressure on the tires. Then she would write it down to what it was at on her phone. So we knew, you know what I'm saying?
Keeping a data log on the phone for what, in case go back to that if it's working. Hell yeah, that's awesome.
Then we had the laptop hooked to the car, so we knew, plus we had draggy in it. So between the laptop and the draggy, we knew whether we did better or worse or whatever on the no prep stuff. We knew what we were doing. We had everything figured out, and it made it nice. Honestly, it was honestly, I had a ball because she was driving. I was able to think about it, and I was able to watch the car, and I had her making the adjustments that I wanted done. You know what I mean? So it was a family thing, dude, and it was a damn good time. It really was.
And that's what makes it all worth the while when it's all said and done after those long Friday or Saturday nights or long weekends. You work as a one. You show up as a family. You work as a family. There's no division in between. You need to do this. You need to do this. This person needs to do that. Everybody was involved in between. And I mean, you see that with a lot of the people, but you also see people don't see the other side of it. Get the hell away from me. I don't want you around, even though it's somebody's trying to help or trying to learn. Right. And people wonder why the younger generations or their significant others or their kids don't want to get involved. They take the shit too serious.
Yeah. Well, not only that, I like people like Corey. He's a perfect example. I mean, it was one of those deals where I loved him being at the racetrack whenever we ran because even if we was winning or losing, or he was winning or losing, I mean, when we were done, we'd all just get together and say the hell with the cars. Let's have a few. Let's have some frosty pops, as Corey calls it. Have some frosty pops and let's make some food on the griddle. You know what I mean? And that's to me, man, that's why I'm enjoying the cruises, because we get to be with everybody. I still love drag racing. I know she does.
I love it too, but I just don't, like you were saying earlier, we don't have the deep pockets to be competitive with these classes out there now.
No, but I would like to, the Camaro having 100 more horsepower than the Go, and being 700 pounds lighter, and being a lower rear gear and all that. I would like to get her out there a few times this year and let her run the car and just have a good time with it. And I'm hoping Corey and Amber come out, just not to compete. I don't give a shit. We just go for a test and tune, man. You know what I mean?
Just get everybody together and have a good old time. Have a good old time again.
Katie ever gets her car done.
Yeah, Katie gets her car done. She can come out. I mean, it's just one of those deals like.
I suppose Zach can do too.
Yeah, Zach can go all right. We'll bet Zach Frosty Pops who wins.
Yeah.
Corey just said in the comments they'll be at Test and Tunes. So
yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's what I would like to do. I mean, get everybody together for like the Test and Tune event or something, or go out on a Saturday and just have a good friggin' time, dude. And I mean, I don't care if we bet like me and my buddies used to bet cheeseburgers, at the track. I bet you a damn Coney dog will wax your ass. I mean,
right. Just the good old fun shit like that. Just shit like that. Or a 12-pack of beer or some shit. You know what I mean? Just something off the wall there. So
right, and that also it gets you out there having fun, but you're not also running your shit to death. It's like I told old Jimbo Finchner. But I told him, because he was making a comment. He wanted to race on the Dragon Drive. So I said, I'll race your ass. You know what I mean?
Yep, I remember seeing that. Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Do I give a
Uh-oh.
shit do I give a shit if I get my ass stomped? No. I don't give a damn. But I'll line
It's
right up
just-
next to his ass at a stoplight. I'll turn that
Oh,
bitch
yeah.
loose and not there.
Oh, yeah.
And see that's the thing that I'm learning here real quick in this group that's with Corey's group and everything and you guys in it. You're definitely all old school having want to have a good time with the hot rods. It's
Oh, yeah.
not one of those, well, we're gonna be this and this and this and this. No, let's go have fun and hang out. So yes,
Well,
Jimbo, he said racing for hamburgers. He
yeah,
Hell
just
yeah.
commented. He just commented in the thing saying, "We are racing for hamburgers."
actually, in Jimbo's, it'll be racing for corn dogs. He likes round things.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
we know that. Yes, Corey, you know what I meant, buddy. Yeah, it's just the peoples together, but it's a good group of
Oh, yeah.
people, man. That's like I got a
Yeah.
good group of core people when I go to rough truck races, but I've also got a good core people outside of, in drag racing. I've got a few in dirt track racing that I do. I mean, it's all fun. It's all fun and everything when you can get everybody that's like-minded together just to have fun.
Well, and that's the problem, man. Everybody's gotten so serious about racing, dude. You know what I mean? I have more fun betting for cheeseburgers and hot dog, coney dogs at the pacemaker. I love coney dogs at pacemakers, man. Those things were killer. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Every fat
Oh, yeah.
kid's happiness.
By
You know
the
what I'm
way,
saying?
Sean Allen says you always got to have your Joe Dirty friend too. I forgot-
Absolutely.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. That's my
Hell
boy, Sean. Joe Dirte, as he calls it. Um, he's always running around with us all summer long. That's the only damn Mopar that I get stuck working on. He's got a 66 Dodge Coronet, and and he cruises with us everywhere. It's set up like the old school, I don't know what you call it. Not a gasser, but like the old school 60s, 70s, early 70s hot rods. You know what I mean? Like the A gas, like the old A gas.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah.
That's
Hell
how
yeah.
it's set up. And you know, he has a lot of fun with us. You know what I mean? He cruises around with us, and he's over here all the time working on that damn oil leaking friggin' Mopar. I call him Gay Mopar. That's what I call him.
Zach actually said it's the B stock setup. So we got
B-stock.
Zach in here
A-stock.
correcting us on this.
Well, A stock, B stock, whatever. It's
Yep.
a damn Mopar. It's a Mopar.
Hell yeah.
So one night before we went to a
As a-
cruise, we bought him the Joe Dirt
Yes.
wig and
Oh no shit. Dude, that'd be
Yes.
cool to see.
Yeah. We went to Delaware Cruise. It was Delaware Cruise night.
Yeah.
And
Sideburns on.
yeah,
yes.
and he put sideburns on.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Haley painted the sideburns. We got him a Joe Dirt wig and the sunglasses and all. And he cruised the whole entire cruise that night in Delaware as Joe Dirt.
Hell
Nice.
yeah. That is the shit right there. Somebody to
Yes.
do that. That is fucking awesome.
Yes.
Hell
And,
yeah, dude.
and I tell you what, if it wasn't a spitting image of fucking Joe Dirt and that Dodge, if you're cruising up down Sandusky Street, dude, there ain't nobody else gonna top that one. I swear to God. He was so close.
Hell yeah.
He looked like Joe Dirt was cruising. I swear to God.
Hey, that put the fun into that night then, having somebody that did that.
You know what I
man.
mean? It was just, and that's the kind of fun we like to have, man. I mean, we like going fast, but yet at the same time, we like cruising and being around our friends too. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Just hot rod people. Yeah,
And it's nice to have that, and I love to see where it's going now, because like I said, majority of the people I know out of people through Corey, everything else has been through the track,
Well,
meeting
and I want
people through the drag strip, and now seeing where it's coming more of, like me and Zach and Katie were talking, we're bringing back the memories of the old cruising days, getting everybody together. It didn't matter what you had, muscle car, lifted truck, whatever. Just everybody got together to hang out and cruise. We cruised downtown up around the square and shit and everything else. And then, of course, Saturday nights, we went to Park Avenue and raced when we were still allowed to street race up at Park Ave in Mansfield at the time. But it was nice to have everybody together. We'd had 30 or 40 people together, load down backs of pickup trucks cruising through downtown, load up the cars, and
That's
just
what
go.
we did. Yeah, that's what we used to do. You know, what I mean, when I was in high school, we go to downtown Delaware. We'd cruise Sandusky Street, and then we'd park and we'd set up the races, and then we'd go out on Harrison Road
I know where that's
out
at. Yeah.
off of 521, and we had a quarter mile marked off there. We'd bust off the quarter mile, disappear back in town. You know what I mean? Meet up, get paid, whatever. And dude, we were racing for $10 and $20 back then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or it was just bragging rights for some. I mean, most of them
Yeah.
were. It was just bragging rights.
Yeah. But I mean, but none of it was big money. None of it was big money. Yeah, I mean, if you actually cruised all night long and won a race and paid for your gas, you were golden, dude.
Yep. Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? That was just a good time.
Simply, yeah.
Jimbo puts the what the fuck, Corey? Really, man? He says Jimbo puts the wing up his ass and squeezes, and then pulls the bone out and eats it. Jeez. They got started on the sideways corn dogs and everything else. Since you mentioned corn dogs, the chatterbox is going crazy between Corey and freaking Talon and them.
Well, I tell you what, I want to give a shout out to Corey. You know what I mean? Because no, seriously, because he talked to me. He's the one that talked me into going to this Dragon Drive, Six Smoky shit. You know what I mean? Because I'd never done one. And he talked about how much fun it was going to be. And dude, I'm going to tell you right now, when I left here to head to wherever the hell it was, Alabama or where the fuck we was going, when I left here, you can ask her, I was a nervous wreck, dude. My car has never seen that kind of miles ever and at one time. And it surely hasn't done it pulling a damn trailer. You know what I mean? you know what I'm saying? So it was a whole learning curve, but believe it or not, the old girl did really, really well. And we actually, other than smoking the brakes, lost the brakes twice and smoked them. But other than that, you know what I mean? We had a ball, man. I mean, that was actually a really, really good time. That was my first real vacation in about 15 years.
And it's funny that you can actually say have a vacation, especially doing what you love doing as a family.
Right.
When you're doing that as well.
Yep.
I didn't get to do that one. I had to work.
Yeah, she didn't get to go on that one with us. It was just me and Mama. It was just me and Mama on that one. But I tell you what, it was an eye opener of how much fun it could be. You know what I'm saying? With a few changes on the car and making a few changes and doing a few things, it made us realize how much more fun these cars could truly be.
Oh yeah, and it brings back the olden days, like you're talking, doing the cruising and setting up races, and it brings back so much memory from doing that stuff.
Yes, it does, man. Truly does. But yeah, we plan on being out a lot this year, man. Like I said, we're gonna make a lot of changes on the Nova here. We're gonna get the Camaro done. We're gonna make a few changes on the daughter's truck because obviously I didn't get a few things right. We're gonna get a few things squared away with it. I mean, hell, dude, she's running around a 400 horse small block, 355, and the little shit has getting 21 mile a gallon.
That's nice. That's nice when you can do that.
Yeah, with a carbureted small block.
Hell
and a full size GMC pickup. Yeah, I mean,
you can't go wrong with that.
No.
Doing better on gas mileage than some of these newer damn trucks.
I do mileage with the Ferrari that I do my 2022.
Yeah. It's crazy, dude. But like I said, we had so much fun doing it. I just want to, get some stuff done on them, and I want to really just concentrate on cruising the hell out of them this year. That's why I want to put direct port injection on my Nova and change to an overdrive trans because I'm still running the old school 400 trans with the trans brake. It's a full blown race trans. You know, it's got
Right.
there's no brake in it. So when you let off the gas, it goes in neutral. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that was hard to drive at Six Smokies.
Oh, I can only imagine having a race tranny doing that stuff with, man.
Yeah. So we're gonna make some changes this year and this winter, and we're gonna bring them all out this year, and we're just gonna cruise the shit out of them, man. Do a little bit of
Hell yeah.
racing, do a little bit of cruising, and
Oh,
just, I just
yeah.
want to have
I'm
fun
hoping,
again, man.
hoping to meet up with you guys when we all get together, and like I said, get to cruise and hang out as we get all our families together and be able to go do this stuff this summer. And yes, Corey, I'm gonna try to make it to your shop before the freaking sun starts shining and it's warm out. But yeah,
Yeah.
we definitely got to all get together and make it a Saturday or Saturday night kind of thing, or a Friday night thing where we
Well, don't
all
make it on Sunday.
well,
Don't make it on Sundays
well,
now. Don't make it on Sundays now, goddamn. I gotta get up at 3:30 in the morning on Monday.
ooh, yeah, never mind. We'll do a Friday or Saturday. We'll do that.
We can do on that.
No, he's talking
You
about
guys
Oh,
doing a get together. Do you guys got any sponsors or anybody else you want to shout out and stuff? Because I figure we'll go ahead and get
I'll be
this
honest
wrapped
with
up
you.
here for you guys.
buddy.
park trucking.
That's about it, man. Honestly, I give props to Corey, man, for going out and chasing these sponsors and getting these sponsors and stuff like that. I give props to him, man, hands down. I'm not that type of person, man. And Corey will tell you, I keep my circle small. I don't associate with a whole lot of people. You know what I mean? And we do this as a family thing. Corey has been here and helped us, you know, when I needed extra hand or something like
Right.
that. Zach has offered. Zach has offered to come help. Corey's been here a couple of times helping me out, you know, get things. And Corey calls me and I call him. We toss shit back and forth all the time with each other for ideas and stuff. But I don't have no sponsors, man. This is a us thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
And back when I had my 67 Pro Street Camaro, I did have year one reach out to me one time, and I was like, no, I'm not interested.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, man, I don't want nobody to say, hey, I helped him get where he's at. You know what I'm saying?
No,
I
I totally get it, man. I understand that aspect of the whole thing. It's
I would,
because usually that's what happens is you get that
yeah,
one person that for a sponsorship, and then all of a sudden, because they came on this one time, even though it's been years that you've been doing this stuff,
right.
and they're like, "Oh, I helped him get where he's at." No, you just helped push it over the edge a little bit. You just gave a
Well,
little extra, but
and
no, they
my
want the
thing,
whole credit.
right. My thing is, I like to give credit where credit's due. It's like Corey. You know, you just like Corey. You know what I mean? If somebody will ask me, hey, you know, how did you do this? How did you do that? Well, I don't know. I called Corey about 4 fucking times, and we talked back and forth for about an hour total. And this is what the fuck we came up with. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
And it's nice
And
to have that shit
Well, you're
where you've
welcome.
got somebody you can do that with, because that's once again that tight knit circle is getting
right,
far through between where you could pick each other's brains if you're stuck on something you don't understand, but this person knows it and they can help you. And that's one of those things that's getting scarce with the tight knit group of people where you can do that with each other. I don't want to
For
tell you
example,
this.
we needed help yesterday with the bread.
so I forgot to tell Corey about that.
Oh, yeah, Corey,
Hey,
listen up.
hey, Corey, buddy, my $64 tool broke as I was slide hammering, beating the shit out of that bearing. And the bread works, brother. 1.5 pieces of bread and a 5/8 bolt. Beat that bitch and the bearing come right out, buddy. So shout out to Corey
With the bread.
for the bread. The bread idea works.
And Corey just shouted out, and I'll shout it out here. He says Jason is a dealer for Schaefer's Oil if anybody's interested.
Yeah, well, and I'm sorry. Schaefer's
No,
is not
you're
a
good.
sponsor. Shapers
that's
is not they're
no,
not a
that's
sponsor for me. They don't give me nothing. And they're not a sponsor for me. Anthony at Shapers is a hell of a good dude. He's my salesman. He has hooked me up. I am a dealer for all of Shapers lubricants, whether it's oil, gear lube, training fluid. You probably can't see it, but on the other side of the truck here, I got a huge shelf full of Shapers. Is it the cheapest oil? No. Is it the cheapest anything? No. I sell it. I sell it at cost. So if somebody wants it, hit me up, man. You know, what I mean, I'm not shipping the shit. I don't ship oil. I don't mess with that stuff. But now if somebody wants local, hit me up. You know, Shapers is right there with Brad Penn, man. Actually, Mark Cook at Badman Racing.
oh yeah, that's a bad
he-
dude right there. He's awesome.
What?
Oh,
He's
yeah.
the one. He is responsible for this big block that I have right now.
Nice.
Mark Cook is a hell of a good dude, and I will say he did not sponsor me in any way, but he gave me a hell of a deal and was very fair to me when we went to have this motor built. Once again, Sean Graham set me that direction because Sean uses Mark,
Yep.
and Mark called me and said, "Hey, man, I'm not building this motor." He said, "You know, what I took him." He said, "I'm not building this motor, man." He said, "You will grenade this damn thing tomorrow." He said, "I'm not building this motor." He said, "We got to go a different route." I said, "What we got to do?" He said, "I need a different engine block. I need a different crank." He said, "But we can use the heads, we can use pistons, rods, whatever." And he said, "But we got to make some changes." I said, "Okay." And we made a shit ton of changes, cost me a bunch of money, but I'm extremely happy with the big block that we came up with. And even Mark himself said, "Man, with that combination, I was not expecting that kind of horsepower." We ran it on the dyno before I brought it home because Mark's got a dyno up here. And he said, "I was not expecting those kind of numbers." He said, "But damn," he said, "I'm writing this combo down because I can't believe it made this kind of power." And I was like, well, it was a thought in my head. I wanted to try it, and it worked for power. You know what I mean? So we had a lot of fun building it. Mark was good to us. You know, shout out to Mark Cook. He's a damn good engine builder, damn good machinist. He treats you right. He was very, very fair on the pricing.
So Ray, this is one of those ones where it's with Mark. What I love about him is, besides being being for the people, he's a racer building for racers too. I mean, that's
Yeah.
one thing you can say about Mark, man. I mean, hell, damn near every dragster you see at trails or 42, majority of them even door cars. There's a Badman Racing engine underneath in the frame rails of these freaking vehicles. There's a reason Mark's such a
Yes.
trusted engine builder. And especially with Sean Graham. I mean,
Yes.
dude, that guy, that family there alone, Sean's family in the bracket side of things, they're a
Yes.
consistent family, and they run Mark's Motors, man, and
Yes.
it's proven. So anybody
Oh,
out there listening, Mark Cook, Badman Racing Engines, local, whatever, get a hold of the man. He's on Facebook and everything else too.
Yes,
so
he does.
I'll shout him out there.
Yeah, Badman Racing. He is. Yeah, I'm telling you, like I said, and he was more than fair, man. He was actually cheaper on the machine work side of things than what anybody else was around here. And at first I was nervous, but after talking to Sean, you know what I mean? I was like, dude, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do what the man what he recommends, and that's the route we went, and I am totally happy with that motor. I mean, I'm extremely happy with it.
Yes, Corey, or we could do that. Go spend $300 or $400 on an LS motor and just send it. I mean, it works. It does work. I mean, some people, that's where a lot of them are. I mean, I'm guilty of it. That's what our Colorado
Man.
for the rough truck had, and it was a 5.3 $300 pick and pull motor for the rough truck that we converted over. So,
Well, you know what? And props Corey, because you know, I mean, I watch him do some crazy shit, just like when he was in Florida blowing up motors and calling me, you know, every couple hours. Yeah, I mean, I watched that boy do some crazy shit, but I will give him props You know what I mean? He makes it happen. He
Oh,
makes
yeah.
it happen.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
but in my situation, after going through 3 motors in 3 years and spending that much money, I just wanted to be done with it. You know what I mean? I
Right.
wanted to
Oh, I
build a
get it,
nice
man.
motor and be
Well, and
done.
especially when you're playing with the big block side of things. I mean,
Yeah.
that gets very costly.
Oh, very
I've
fast.
heard this saying when especially with the big blocks, it's usually you might as well throw $1,000 in each cylinder, depending on what you
That
want to do with them. thousand
that's not
dollars
a
a
lie,
hole.
buddy. That's not a lie. That's not a lie.
But I've heard that
And
saying for years, and it's like the more people I know that runs big blocks, you're right. It is not a lie. It is the
no,
damn truth.
no, and you know what? But at the end of the day, you get what you want. I mean, just like
Yep,
Kelly's
for sure.
GTO's LS. Kelly's Camaro's LS. You know what I mean? And neither one of them are crazy builds, but like the GTS naturally aspirated, and
Right.
it carried it. You know what I mean? And it made 560 to the ground. You know what I mean? That's a nice little motor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a 416. It's a 416 stroker motor. Texas Speed.
Oh, nice.
Texas Speed 416. PRC heads, all that good stuff. So the car makes good power, just like this little motor that's in her Camaro. This, believe it or not, is a stock bottom end LS1 with AFR heads, pretty good size cam. Aces, give a shout out to Aces. They hooked me up with the whole top end kit for the Aces fuel injection. And this
By
is
the
going to be
way,
a cheap
Corey
car.
Butcher at Rebroke Garage is a dealer for Aces.
Yes, he is.
Nice.
Yes, he is.
So,
And actually, my next purchase will be through Corey because I'm getting the direct port injection through Aces through Corey for my big block.
hell yeah, man!
Uh,
I can't wait to see that on there. I'll be fucking
yep.
sick. Normally,
That
I've
that
seen since Aces has been around. You mostly see that on the. I've seen on the small block stuff, not on a big block. So that'll be cool to see that set up.
Hell yeah.
well, the big block is a different looking style intake. Actually,
Okay.
me and the guys over at Aces and Corey will vouch for this. It's the intake's kind of nicknamed the mailbox. Because the intake looks like an old school mailbox.
Oh, geez.
Nice.
I can't wait to see it on the car.
So yeah. So that I really liked so far. Now I haven't got. I'm getting ready to start the wiring on the Camaro. I liked how everything the Aces has given us so far has fit really, really nice. Because I'm anal, and you can ask Corey. I am anal as hell about appearance and how things fit and how it looks and
Well,
so far Aces has really made a very good product on how it looks, how it's designed, especially on the LS part of it, because the high rise intake we have on the Camaro, the 102 throttle body, all that, everything looks very, very, very nice and clean, and that's just something I am very, very particular about.
Hell yeah.
as you guys can
I
see
don't
in
blame
the
him.
thumbnail, look how clean the engine shot. That's why I did for the thumbnail mostly the motor picture that's in the Nova. As you can tell
Oh,
how
yeah.
precise and particular Jason is about his stuff. So,
I
Is
am.
that
just
what you
checked
call
that.
it, nice in particular?
well,
I call it
from
anal
100 yards,
retention.
maybe. I mean, the picture doesn't do it justice, I guess. Are you
Anal
telling on him,
retention.
Kelly, or what?
Yep, I mean, it drives me crazy.
Well, yeah, Corey calls it OCD. Kelly calls it anal retentive. I call it being the right way. You know what I mean?
After
And I just and don't let Corey bullshit you. Don't let Corey bullshit you and fool you guys, because he came over here to help me on my daughter's pickup truck. And I'm going to tell you, Corey knows how to make things look nice and do it right. So
clean.
What? Yes. Yeah.
As Corey said, OCD.
Yeah. Well, don't let Corey bullshit you because he was over here working at my shop, helping with my daughter's truck. And he's over here one whole day and one whole night. We was over here for quite a while, and we knocked a bunch of stuff out. But yes, Corey knows how to do it right, and he will do it right. So don't let him bullshit you about oh, we just throw it together, bullshit. He knows what he's doing.
Sorry, Corey, the cat's out of the bag, buddy. Zach and Katie and Jason and Kelly are all telling on you, man. So your secrets ain't secrets no more, bud. Sorry. You're screwed now, dude.
That just means if there's a pattern to the perfection, y'all find it.
Yes.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because Corey, and Corey knows how I am. I want everything ran neatly. I want everything done neatly. You know what I mean?
That.
Well, to me, it's easier to find a problem when I screw it up later.
Yeah.
Right. Instead of chasing a bat's nest.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, when I break something for being stupid, you know what I mean? Or like lift the head off my wife's GTO. You know what I mean?
Or as Sean says, it's got to be hammer approved or it allowed to leave the garage.
Oh yeah.
That is
hey,
that.
The thing is, there's nothing wrong with that, man. Especially when you're going cruising or even racing, it could be that one little gremlin that was overlooked because we didn't take that 5 extra seconds to make it where it needed to be. I mean, it's always something when we overlook and it's always usually the littlest dumb things. Oh, it'll be okay, and then that's what can cost you either a race or your car breaks down on the side of the road cruising. I mean, it's usually something like that, and it's like then you see it, and it's like I'm a dumbass. And I've had many a days where that's happened with me over something. It's like I knew I should have done this and never did.
Or as my wife would say, you leave the house and forget to turn the transmission fan on, make it halfway to Columbus, and before you realize you didn't turn it on and the transmission is 250 degrees, puking oil out of it.
I almost got run over for that, by the way.
Yeah, that was my bad.
Or as Corey says, lies. He has 12,569 cushion clamps, and he was trying to get me to use zip ties. Oh God!
That was a very specific number.
Yeah.
He hit that on the head, didn't he?
Well, I think that was a jab at my hardware store that I keep in the shop. I got my own little hardware store in here. I think that was more of a jab of all the hardware shit I got sitting around.
He said he counted.
Yeah.
All righty, guys. We'll go ahead and get ready to wrap this up so you guys can enjoy the rest of your evening. You got any other shout outs you guys want to give before we wrap this show up or anything else?
Nah, man. You know what I mean? Like I said, if anybody needs some Schaefer's oil,
you're local here in Ohio. If you can pick it up or whatever,
I'm right here.
Yeah, Jason Carter up. So he's on Facebook and everything else. Hit him up with a message and he can hook you up.
Always go local.
And like I said, if any of the locals, you know what I mean? People know me. People know what's going on around here. You know what I'm saying? If you guys need, just like if you guys come in town or whatever, you guys need something, my shop's open to you guys, man. I got a whole parts room. I got a hardware store, whatever. I'm open to helping out whoever I can help. To me, that's what it's all about, man.
Awesome. And I appreciate you guys all. Haley, Kelly, once again, thank you.
Thank you, man.
Thank you again, Jason, for coming up. This has been a blast.
Good to hear from you guys.
Summer, maybe we'll get you guys up here again after doing a couple cruises and stuff and get you up here when the Camaro's done too, and we can do a thing on that. So I'll go ahead and drop you guys down. Once again, thank you guys for coming up. I appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys here later on.
Thanks for having us, buddy.
No problem. Anytime, guys.
Oh, yeah,
thank you all in the chatters box. Corey, Sean, Jimbo, everybody, Talon. this is what I try to do here with me and Johnny.
Loving
Johnny's
it,
been
man.
a big blessing being a co-host. I used to do this
Likewise.
solo until I brought him in. This is how I want to spend my Speedway stories, having people up here having a good time like this. Jason,
Awesome. I've been
Kelly and
loving it.
them, great time. Zach, Katie, Corey, any of my guests that's been on my show, it's been a blast. I
Sure.
have another guest coming up next Monday that's doing it, that is involved in the off-road community. His name's Cecil Frazier. But then the following Monday, I'm going to go ahead and give it out. I will have Brad Talbert, which is one of my mechanic buddies and rough truck guys that I hang out with, and he does off-road besides rough truck racing. He'll be on the show. And then March 3rd, to kick off March, I will have another former guest returning. West Revive will be on here talking about monster truck racing and tough truck racing in the upcoming season. And I'm going to get with Jimbo here. I got to get with him here soon, and I'm going to have Jimbo Fincher come up on. If Corey, if you're available that night, Brad is a Ford guy, believe it or not, Zach. He has all Ford powered modified rough truck, dude. He's the head mechanic for A Plus Auto Brokers here in Mount Vernon.
Sure,
So,
Scott, that.
but yeah, I'll have him up here on the show finally after I've been pestering him for almost a year to come on the show. He finally
Hell
gave in
yeah.
to come up. But yeah, tune in tomorrow night here on the Nonsense Zone Network. Glick's House of Music will be on with a guest. And also tomorrow, We Broke Garage with Corey on Facebook and YouTube. We got Shop Talk tomorrow night. So if you got your phones and laptop handy, tune into both of them and give them both a like, share, and follow on everything on here. So, dude, Corey, with you and Jimbo on here, it can't be no worse than our Saturday night panels with some of the shit we do on Saturday nights. So it's just we're gonna have it start early on Monday with a couple of hot dog guys. So Wednesday supposed to be hump day, ha-has. Thursday, Johnny, I'm gonna bring it up now. We may end up actually dropping cold-blooded conversations and having speedway stories twice a week now, considering I've got more people involved on the guest side and more involved with the motorsports. So we
Hell
may
yeah.
end up here after this week, we may end up with double speedway stories from here on out and dropping the animal show. Um, Jimbo, I'm ready for anything, dude. I got kids, man. Come on. You guys can't do no worse. Friday night is movie night and everything else coming up. It's Michael with friends. If not, maybe Kayla and Glick will do another movie night with them. Saturday is, of course, like I said, nonsensical nonsense. It's our main stable, 6 hours of chaos and a bunch of fun. We open the panel for everybody to come up on, shoot the shit, hang out, get to know everybody. It's a good time.
Yeah.
Sunday is Unnecessary Roughness with Glick and Rick. And then Monday, we're back here with Speedway Stories with me and Johnny on here. Once again, guys, thank you all for choosing to watch the show, tuning in, everything else, and being part of the network. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We've got shows for everybody, but I'm really greatly appreciative of everybody, the guests that I've had, past and present that's coming up, and the Chatters Box for being in here. You guys are amazing. We're only going to keep getting better. Like I said, shout out to Corey and Jimbo. You guys, if you're not subscribed, they're in the Chatters Box. We got Penny Pinchers Performance YouTube channel, We Broke Garage. Go give those guys a like, share, and subscribe too. They're big supporters of my Speedway stories. Jason, Zach, Katie, all those guys, everybody that's been on here. I appreciate you. Much love, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye.
Peace.